I think it's going to work. All right, preparing to live stream the meeting. I think we got it now. Wow, it's taking a little bit. I have to use Chrome though. I hate that. I like using Safari better, but they make me use Chrome for this thing.
Yeah, we use Chrome too.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so I got a YouTube link, so let me go ahead and. Yeah, we do. Okay, so I got a YouTube link, so let me go ahead and.
I think there is going to be a delay, which is crazy. So I'm going to have to mute this.
I think there is going to be. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, live there is a delay.
I have it muted, and I guess I'll just check it every so often to make sure nothing pops up. Gosh, I didn't expect that to happen. We're live on YouTube figuring it out, by the way.
Stay with us.
joining this here. So I'll have to do this like this over here. Move that there. That way if something pops up. Okay, yeah, I can see it there. All right, cool.
Sweet. And then I'm posting a link.
Go ahead. And you go by Josh or Joshua?
Joshua is fine, but either way it's fine, to be honest, so it's not a biggie.
MC.
MCCRAY.
MCCARY.
MCCRAY.
Yeah, McCray.
Yeah, that's
Alex
right.
Rogers.
Soon to be McCray.
Is it like Aaron Rodgers or the other Rodgers?
No D.
Yeah. Okay.
That just started happening to me like
because of
2
Aaron
years
Rodgers.
ago. Yeah. Never in my life had anyone tried to put a D in my last name.
Hey, there's a pastor friend, Brett Cody. Hey, Brett, good to see you.
Yeah.
I interviewed him on this for a pastor. He's a pastor in Vermont.
Oh, cool.
Actually, really cool up there.
Cool.
And they're meeting
What's
outside
up,
and everything. So, all right. How does this? Okay, I thought it'd be good to. Well, we'll just talk about typology today, and which is what we're talking about. And so, this is Joshua and Alex, and I met them, I guess, a month ago or so. And actually, Joshua's business partner actually reached out to me to do an interview for their YouTube channel, which I'll let them talk about. But because he lives like on like Jupiter or somewhere like that, or like on the other side of the world, or like New Zealand or something like that, like the times are really crazy. And I was like, I can't do any of those times. And so he's like, well, I got a partner, he'll reach out to you. And so then Joshua did. So I've never met Julian actually yet. So I did the emails. And but anyway, Josh, do you want to tell a little bit about what you're doing with your website?
Yeah, guys. So we got we got two actually. So we got pastor. We got pastor personality.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. So we got personality type Q&As that myself and Julian are doing. And what that is we're pretty much taking a collage of all the types, everyone who's been objectively typed by Dave and Shan from Objective Personality. And we're taking a collage, we're asking them all a bunch of questions, and then we take the collage and condense them into one video. So you can kind of see all the same people of the same type kind of answer the same questions and see what coincidences you can see. A lot of people, even like in her types, they all look alike. It's really freaking freaky. So it's pretty cool. And then the second one is me and her. We have our own YouTube channel called Our Love, Our Journey, which Pastor Personality came on as well, actually. So, and that Our Love, Our Journey is just me and her journey of our 2 cents of our relationship, how it goes. And
we're newly engaged.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Congratulations. When's the big date?
Next July 24th.
Yeah, so we got some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah. Hey, it'll come up quick.
I should have let him answer, see if you remember.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, can you answer this one first, babe? Yeah.
That is the thing, because for the longest time when my wife and I were dating, we had like our like official like first date or whatever. We had that kind of ingrained in our head. And then I had to get rid of that. And then I had to make room for
right?
Right,
that's right. That's
we've got like our first date and then our actual anniversary of when we became official.
Yeah. But it's really cool to see a lot of YouTube channels pop up with objective personalities. A lot of it's kind of sourced, because I know for myself, I came across Dave Powers' YouTube channel several years ago, and I actually did before this, I actually did my doctoral dissertation on personality type and leadership in a church.
Okay.
And so,
yeah.
and I used
Cool.
Myers-Briggs as the basis for that. And so I was always interested in that. And so then I came across Dave's new stuff that came out. Because, you know, the old videos that were kind of funny, I remember watching those. And then the new
The
stuff
animation
came out.
ones.
Yeah, because I was subscribed to them. And then all of a sudden the new stuff came out. And I was like, whoa, this guy's back. You know, where was he been?
Yeah.
And then I went to the website and read everything. And because the part of the personality stuff that always bothered me was the pseudoscience nature of it. There's no way to prove any of this, a lot of it, but I still felt like something was there. And so when I came to it and I read his stuff and everything and researched it out, I thought to myself, well, you know, I don't know if this is correct, but whatever they're doing, they're tracking consistently across the board. Whatever they're tracking consistently and right, you know, with the kind of the scientific method they used. And so I thought it's the only group that I know that's attempted to do anything like this, because really, I don't know how the other websites and things where they're getting the authority, if you will, for what they say. That's the whole thing. Like, where do you get your standards? Where do you get your authority? And it's just like, you know, gossip or something. It's like, well, this person said that, and that person said that. And it's like, well, how do you know this? And so that's why I've gravitated to it. I'm sure that's probably why a lot of people have too. So it's cool to see a lot of the, you know, channels pop up with it. And one thing I like about y'all is that y'all's done a really good niche for it, is the like you said, the questions and the interviews kind of spliced together, because it's really cool, because you really get to see how people are saying the same thing and they're similar in some ways.
Yeah, it's really
just like,
weird.
whoa,
It's
so weird.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not as special as I thought I was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was one of the first things I thought, actually. I was like, oh, I'm not so special. It's like
Well,
100 of
Dave
me.
did tell me I was one click away from the special snowflake. He did tell me that. So, you know, I claimed that. He said, you're the most introverted ESTJ that exists. And so,
wow.
oh, okay. Well, interesting.
That's funny.
That is interesting.
But no wonder I can't understand myself, because I'm confused in myself, right? It has been good, and I like the self-growth aspect of it and everything. So,
Yeah.
what are some things, Alex or Joshua, both of you, that you've, other than some of the weird eerily similarities that pop up, what are the weird things that have you putting these together, been watching these interviews together, that have been like, wow, I didn't foresee that, you know, to line up, or I didn't foresee that to happen, or that commonalities, things like that.
Sure.
I think whenever I've talked to Shan, so Shan and I are pretty much type twins, except she's masculine, feminine. I'm feminine. And she, like, will tell me things I'm thinking. She'll be like, and I'm sure you thought this and this and this. And I'm like, get out of my head. So that's crazy. And like everything that she's kind of given me advice on to implement works.
Yeah.
And it's weird, because I'm like, how can you tell me, like, map my life out and be like, if you do this, you'll be better. If you do this, you'll get worse. And
it's like seeing the future you, or something, like talking back to you.
It literally is, because she will just be like, I mean, exactly what I'm thinking. And I'm like, what in the world just happened?
But dude, like, for me, I think they look alike, for one. And then do you see her mannerisms? They're the same as Shen's. It's the weirdest thing, like how she just did whatever she just did. It's the same as Shen. So it's really trippy, because on our very first date, I was watching Dave and Shan on my phone on the way to meet her. And then on our first date, I told her, I was like, you literally remind me exactly of this girl here. And I showed her Shan or whatever. And did you think that you guys would
No.
Yeah. She's just like, oh.
I don't think I look like a lot of people that he says I look like, but I think it's just like myself.
They reminded me of each other so much. So it's like, my intuition grabbed it, you know, and it's like,
oh yeah, picked up on it quick. No, the look-alike stuff is really weird.
That's what it's been for me. Yeah.
And that's really strange. And it's getting to where now I'll see someone and I'm already like, well, they have an IJ head.
Yeah, we do the same thing.
I'm like, you know, and it's almost like boring. It's like, okay, I know what that person's going to do, or they're going to say. Because at first I kind of wanted to have an idea, because I don't understand people and I have a lot of people issues naturally. And I was like, okay, I got this thing figured out now. I've cracked it. I've hacked it.
Cracked the code.
You know, but now it's just like, well, so. But every now and then I will meet someone that I really have a hard time. And what I've deduced, if I have a hard time with it, for me, it might be different for different people, but they're usually like an IP or something. And I don't know if that's because that's my opposite. I don't see a lot of that, you know, or
Yeah.
I don't know why that. I don't know if y'all have the same type of issues, or is that do y'all come across that? I have no clue. I'm like,
people.
it must be an IP. What was that?
I think we think more people are EJs than they probably are.
Probably.
So that's my guess, though,
Probably.
because I'm seeing patterns where we're like, I think that's an EJ. I think that's an EJ. But other than that, yeah, I don't think. Actually, I think we have the opposite. I don't think we type enough IPs as IPs.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we see a lot of double deciders, IJs, EPs, but especially EJs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, IPs I think are hard for me to see too.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Until I start talking to them, and then I'm like, whoa, you're definitely an IP.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, you can tell if you talk to them for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think.
Yeah, I can't have a hard time communicating.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. But you know, I think I have this thing in my head where I think IPs are just super selfie or whatever, and then I'm realizing so many of them are so like almost seeming extroverted, and so it gets hard for me. Like my concepts are blurred with IPs. I feel stereotypes don't really hit them. Even Julian, my partner with the personality type Q&As, he's a IP, and he just doesn't seem like an IP to me. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's not what you think in your head.
Yes.
JP, y'all know JP? I'm not sure if I know JP, but he commented. So.
Oh yeah, JP, what's up, bro? That's one of my good friends. That's my boy.
And he gave a smile and a thumbs up emoji.
JP, what's up, dude?
It's been a while.
Call me, bro.
Y'all got JP's type?
Yeah, he is a ENTP. He's the same type twin, I think, as Jono, if you know Jono. Jonathan.
Yeah, I would recognize a lot of people from early on, probably. I have to think about it.
Oh, he's Rainn Wilson's exact type twin, and Red Fro from LMFAO. For those who know LMFAO.
Oh yeah. The closest that they've typed, they have shared that I know of me being like a celebrity, whatever, would be it's a woman. Forgot her name. The girl the lady that was in Thor that played Hela.
Okay.
I've seen the Marvel movies.
Oh, that's funny. That's interesting. I don't know her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Gosh, I drew a blank. Anyway, gosh, I can't think of it. Anyway, I have feminine SI clearly, but I can picture her in my mind.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but she has it, but she's not double feminine. She's like MF or FM. I can't remember which one.
Oh, okay.
But with men, Kate Blanchett. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Andrew. Kate Blanchett, that's who it is. Okay. But when it comes to men, the closest is there's several. Is I think Bruce Willis, but he's double masculine.
Oh yeah, okay. So you're Inside Out. Yeah, he's cool as a motherfucker. Yeah,
Die Hard is a great movie, and all those movies he's been in.
Awesome. Also, that means that's you Inside Out. So your inner world is his outer world, and your outer world is his inner world.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But some of those guys seem to be. When you watch them interviewed, they're really, especially the ESTJs that are blast sleep like I am. They get real dry, and you can tell after about a few minutes they're like bored. They don't want to be in those interviews and stuff. So it's hard to watch a lot of them. But another one that was close was Bill Paxton from Twister.
Oh, I love that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
he was also in the HBO thing, Big Love.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and, I remember Twister. That's retro.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
He was also in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I remember before he died. And then the guy that was in The Road, Mortensen guy, the actor, I can't remember his name anyway. But it's not exact. And so I'm waiting for them to come up with someone that's an exact so I can like really just study them and watch them and everything, you know. So it's cool that y'all have JP's an audio ENFP is what he said he is.
Yes. Yes.
Vigo.
Yeah, so.
That's it. Vigo Mortensen. There we go.
Okay. Got some help today. Good.
Which you never would have guessed he was an EJ. I wouldn't have if you watch his movies.
I wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, even Bruce Willis, I'd be like, no way he's a freaking
Bruce
EJ.
Willis. You would say ISTP, right?
I would
And,
say IP on Bruce Willis,
Yeah, for
definitely.
sure.
Yeah. And I've gotten people to tell me I'm an ISTP or an ESTP before, people who aren't familiar with objective personality. And so I can maybe see where the ST, I don't know if it's the ST or what. Brett, yeah, man, this is a personality thing. So, but feel free to hang on. He says he's definitely not aware of these things.
It's like, what's happening?
But anyhow, yeah, so I forgot, we're off track now. I don't know where we were at. Does anybody have any questions? I know we have a few people on here watching. Any questions about anything? Guess not.
And in the meantime, we can talk about, while people are thinking of questions, we can talk about like the ways that like finding our personality type has helped us, or like, or like similar things that we find work well for our relationship, you know, together and things like that. That's helpful. So like one thing, I guess, when we talk about, so learning our personality types has helped us a ton. It's given us a lot of awareness. And I think that two things. One, we realize where we're compatible, like in our personality types, and then things that are tough. Okay. So one thing that's tough is being a double decider and a single decider or double observer. So so with the so whenever we're like having a disagreement, like a lot of times she'll take people as the story, and she thinks I'm talking about her personally, and I'm like, no, I'm just talking about the communication, not you as a person. Like, you don't suck as a person. But where we find that it's like compatible, where would you say is like some good compatibility? So I think one, her being a thinker helps. We're both still thinkers. Even though her feeling is very, very strong because it's double activated and its emotions stick out to you.
Yeah.
But I would say us both being thinkers is helpful. Us both being savior play is very helpful.
Yeah.
And me being lead blast and her being missing blast is very helpful for our dynamic. Anything else you think of?
I think that we're both glass lizards, so we're both pretty balanced.
That helps. That helps in the sense that we both aren't going too far on observations or too far on the people stuff. But I think that I think it's pretty helpful there, because to me she seems like an observer. She doesn't tell me her people stuff that often, but she tells me all her observer issues, like a lot. Have you noticed that?
No.
Just observer issue city.
Like what I just told you before the call.
Yeah, exactly. We're so screwed. I'm like, we'll be okay.
I didn't say that this time though. I was just like, help me.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I think that's I do think when it comes to relationships, it probably helps for there to be one single observer and one single decider.
It does help in ways. Yeah.
I think there's some compatibility. Like my wife's a single observer, and so I think if she was another EJ or an IP, I think we would just sit around and dog people all day long.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It'd be hard to get out of that. It would be hard to see that.
Yes.
And, it would be hard to realize, especially if you don't know like personality. It would be hard to know you're doing that, you know. And
it would be.
On the flip side, though, I see her crazy EP freakouts all day long.
See, what's interesting is, dude, I see her observer freakouts a lot. So that's why. So her being a glass lizard, someone would probably type her as a ESFP, right? And she kind of looks like an ES. Well, she looks like an EJ in the face structure, but she seems like an ESFP, like totally. Like,
she's got
kind of
looks
like
the ESFP style kind of thing.
She does. She has the fashion sense, like the SF.
I know what you're getting at.
Yeah. But what's so interesting, man, is my observations, because my NI is a big slap, is my big third eye, you know, it's like the big one, my intuition. I think I see her observations is so freaking crazy sometimes. Like, I'm just like, it's to me, because her NI is technically her lowest function with her double activations, where my FI is my lowest function with my double activations. So I have more EJ issues by nature, and she has more observation EP issues by nature. So I know what you mean, in other words.
That's really weird how that, but when the bottom line is you still run to different savers. Go to your
Yeah,
center.
right.
That's what
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it helps with her because she's still very emotional for a thinker because it's just double activated and it's masculine and it's a demon. So she has a trip. All her demons are masculine, and then one's double activated. So she's super nice on the outside. Don't let her fool you guys. No, I'm just playing. She's super nice anyway. But like when she like gets in that demon state, it's just so intensely aggressive. And so you would think that I typed her as a feeler. I typed her as an ENTJ, I think, but a feeler version. I don't know, somewhere in there. But anyways, I typed her as a feeler, and now I see how she still settles on the logic eventually, but she can't control her emotions when they come up. She doesn't have that emotional.
Yes, feminine FI.
control.
Masculine, double
Masculine.
masculine.
Double,
okay.
yeah, it's double masculine,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's double activated.
I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can relate. Me and you both, right? We both, all of us have we're all double feminines, right?
Okay.
Double masculine anywhere in the world. But hers is double activated on her FI, which means that she's less EJ like, you know. So that's why it's intense.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the same way with FI. I'm double activated FI.
Oh, you're double activated on your FI too?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's tough.
okay. Oh, dude.
So like the stubbornness is there. So my mom said,
Oh God, yeah.
my mother said when I was a kid that I didn't want, how I like was stubborn was I would dig my heels in and I would just not move. I wouldn't budge on anything. Like, this is a weird story, but like I think I got spanked or something one time for doing something when I was like, I was being potty trained. This is a weird story, but I got spanked for like not doing it right or something, or I knew better or something. So I didn't use the restroom for like 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
And the doctor was
I'm
like,
pooping in my pants.
he's not going to do that again. Like that's not going to happen. He's not going to do it again.
That is so funny.
Oh my God.
Medicine and all that kind of stuff is crazy. Of course, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. That's
Holy
crazy.
When that FI is masculine, double activated,
Dude,
like
that's intense.
it's hard to have an argument where you don't take it personal, or you don't get
Mhm.
personal with it. And
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's what we're working on. Like, do you have this defensive? Because she gets defensive of any feedback.
Yeah.
Just that, dude. Like, oh my God.
Always right here.
Yeah. And see, and I have to like understand it more because I'm like always trying to change that. I'm just like, dude, can you like stop taking it so personal? It's not serious.
Yeah, I watched one of y'all's interviews recently with, I think it might have been Julian, and y'all were talking about defensiveness and stuff like that and blaming. And I got in a little argument with my wife the other day, and she was telling me where I was wrong and stuff, and I was just like, "Yep, you're right."
Oh, good.
It's hard for me to do.
Yeah,
It's hard.
It is. Into the argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There's only so much arguing someone can do when you're like, okay,
taking
you're right.
responsibility.
And then they're just arguing with themselves and like.
And at the time, here's the problem with having that masculine FI. I didn't believe what I was saying when I was saying, "Yeah, you're right." I did not believe that, but I said it anyway. And then about 3 hours later, I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I think she was right about that."
Yeah.
But I had to force myself to say something I didn't believe in.
Oh, see, yeah, that's gonna be very hard for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do it a lot. But then, like,
oh, yeah, because you're EJ still at the end of the
Yeah.
day, so you still, but she's TE, so she's still gonna go with the try. Oh, yeah, and you too.
Same thing, yeah. But it's hard to not, because I don't want to like have to be on that area. I kind of have to. I want consensus with the tribe, but at the same time, I can't say something I know is wrong.
Yeah, right.
Or I believe
or that you don't believe in. Yeah.
Because that's your identity. Because
Yeah.
the FI's
It feels
who you
so
identify as your
weird.
identity. Your values.
Like,
yeah.
gritting my teeth while drinking my
With me as a double decider, I never do that. Well, of course I do that, but like if I'm consciously aware, then I'm not going to really. I'm gonna try to find a way to find a happy medium somewhere. So I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from, but man, or if it's something small, not really on my values, then I'll be like, sure. But if it's some of my values, there's no way.
I'd fight to the death.
Yeah.
Back when blogs were a thing 10, 15 years ago, man, I could just go, one reason I don't interact with comments and stuff like that on YouTube is it would be hard for me to let go on some of that stuff.
Yeah, right.
I've learned to be like, hey, I don't need that. Hey, JP has asked a couple of questions. I don't want to get him off here. He says he was mistyped as EXTJ for years.
Yeah, I typed him as an EJ.
And if he's an
Yeah.
audio ENFP, I can see that how that would happen. He would
Yeah.
come across as an ENTJ or ESTJ. I could see that. He
Really
says,
funny story, really quick about JP is I thought I was an ESFP. And JP was like, dude, I don't know. You got some Casey Neistat in you, you know? And I was like, no, I'm not a freaking IJ. And I was like super getting offensive about it. And then when I got my type and I was an IJ, I was just like,
He
no
was so
freaking
sad.
way.
I was
I was
mad.
like,
I'm an IJ.
I'm a controlling IJ? No freaking way. Oh my God.
And he used to say, he's like, IJs are the worst type.
Yeah, like they're the worst. Sorry, IJs. But hey, I'm one of you, so we're all the worst.
I think that's natural because, you know, like I said, I'd been typed INTP, ISTP, ENTP, ESTP. A couple people had typed in ENTJ.
You look like an EP. You look
Yeah.
like an ENP.
Yeah, well, ENTP, I never got an F. The T was always there. But
You look like an ENTP. I would type you as an ENTP.
that kind of thing. But so I told Dave and then and Shannon, I said, listen, I'm open to anything, but I just want to let you know what I've been told, just in my head kind of deal. Just you know. When they send this video back, they're like, they want to sit down,
take a seat for this one.
And but really, I was thinking about like the type results, and I was like, I'm happy with anything other than ESTJ or ISTJ.
That's how I felt too.
That is hilarious.
Basically, my type and subtype.
Yeah, right.
I just felt like they were so boring. I'm like, God, I don't want to be some boring person.
Dude, and I think EJs are freaking awesome. I mean, obviously, right? Like, I think they're
To us,
freaking
it's
so
like
cool.
it's boring. I think to us because we know.
Right.
There's
How
no.
do you feel about IJs? Do you think? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you felt a certain.
The
way.
only type I'm kind of biased against is IPs. Sorry, IPs.
She's scared of IPs.
I'm not scared.
Because you can't. Because they don't give her the validation that she needs.
Yeah, and I don't like.
No, they don't cooperate. They don't cooperate.
Yeah, right.
Selfie people aren't my type of people.
But I find selfie people aren't selfish, like at all. Like I mean, it's not that way. It's just they got to take care of self before they go to tribe. Just like we got to take care of tribe before we attend to self.
And I think that's so wrong.
I was thinking about selfie people are IPs mainly. You think that's what selfie people are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my hunch as well too. I'd never heard anybody say that, but I thought about that.
Yeah, they just don't need your validation, and so they're not gonna, you know, and so that's why we like get intimidated by them. But me as a double decider in the middle here is I respect my self side a lot, therefore I like IPs now. But I didn't when I was younger, like because my twin's a self over tribe IJ, and I could never get its validation, right? Like I'm like, dude, why won't you just play function with me, you know? And yeah, exactly. He just, you know, he just doesn't really care. And then but now that I built that side of myself, I actually really love and admire self over tribe, just in general, whether it's IP or
it bothers me. Julian helps with the IP.
Yeah,
So,
Versapia is really close to IP.
Yeah.
One thing I did with the trial validation issue is I put my read receipts on my texts just so they would know I've read it, but I don't have to.
Yeah, check this out. That's a funny swing.
That is funny.
If it just said delivered, then how do they know if I've read it or not? So I was like, okay, I can't constantly text people back all day long, you know, even church people. And so I said, I'll put the read receipt on. They'll say I read it, and then I'll get back to them. That's so I had to manage that expectation, you know. And I don't know if that's feeding more into
very SI of you.
I don't know what it is, but you know, I try to come up with some hacks that helps. But JP says, how do you find your type helps your careers and hobbies?
Oh, for me, it helps me a lot. There's blind area, or there's the hard areas for sure. But the more I balance myself, the less those become an issue. But really, me and her together, that's such a great combo. So EJs can do anything; they're great. And
I think EJ's careers and hobbies a lot of times are the same.
Yeah. I started in nursing.
Yeah, they're all in freaking nursing. Mostly all the girls.
Yeah.
You know. But for me being my animals, I think is most important for me. So I'm blast, play, consume, sleep. And so I'm what they call a crackhead. So I can just take action non-freaking stop. Like I can go. And it gives me energy. I don't gas out. I don't burn out. It's very fun for me. You know, and so I'm the big action taker, and then I'm also lead NI. So I'm seeing where we should go. And then she just is a perfect partner because our business probably 10x since she came on board, because she can handle the control and chaos so well, and all the mundane stuff like that, and all the sensory BS that I hate, which is making me, I admit, it's making me weaker as a in my sensory. I should be taking more of that. I take a decent amount, but she can handle anything I don't want to. She's fine. She doesn't mind the control and chaos. So for that, we're the best combo for business, man. So our business is doing really, really well.
Yeah. So hobbies, you know, one thing that I've learned, JP, is that EJ, especially you see this a lot in pastors. Pastors, there's even some expectation where the pastor is your identity. And
that's true.
And it's like, because it's your calling, you know, and so then it becomes like what you're here for, like your purpose kind of deal. But I think that's a bad way to look at it, because you are still a person before you are a pastor.
Right.
But a lot of pastors, they bought that lie that that's not the deal. And so, you know, this YouTube channel is my hobby, because I need something I can do that's not, I enjoy what I do, but it can't be my hobby either. And give me a chance to blast and something about something that really, if I'm wrong about it, who cares? Or, you know, it doesn't matter, you know.
Right.
And so that's kind of a hobby for me. So I think, I don't know if that answers your question or not, how you find your type. But I do find my hobbies in the NF world. That does happen.
Yeah, I thought she was NF at first, because she was saying a lot of really weird, like, essential oils are like like when you have the flu. She's like, take this essential oil. I'm like, dude, I'm getting some Theraflu. Like, I want some real medicine, you know? She was doing a lot of things like that. I was like, then now we see where it's coming from.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. JP says thanks. Savage Studio says that's how consume, save, drink. That's how consume, savers drink. I don't know.
I can't remember what we said. What did we say?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's funny. Sorry, bro. We all have feminine sensory.
Feminine sensory.
All of us.
We're not gonna remember
So we don't
anything.
remember much in the sensory world.
The worst combination for this.
Oh my gosh, seriously, it was like squirrel.
Yeah. Ooh, butterfly.
Yeah, I might just have to like cut out. I would cut out and read it right when it pops up, but then we'll forget what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we
funny.
would. Yeah, especially me being missing sleep, man. I'm just like bloop, 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 and drawing blanks, you know.
And sleep's my
get it.
hobby.
Yeah.
We got 7 people watching now. Maybe we got somebody else out there that can say something.
Let us know.
Yeah, if you remember how we drink.
Okay,
Maybe blast play is how they drink. Just don't even think, don't process, just keep drinking.
Yeah, gosh. I forgot what we were talking about though before we moved on to JP's question.
We were just talking about compatibility and how we feel our type is compatible and how it's a challenge. Yeah. Relationships, we talked a little bit about this on your podcast. You know, I know a person who went through a divorce and he now has a new girlfriend, and she's the exact opposite of his wife.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
But I also wonder, Deanna Hunt says, nope, sorry, feminine sensory too.
Same boat.
We're
sensory? Especially me being intuitive, by the way. I really don't hang on a sensory, dude. And missing sleep, not even processing it. Yeah, forget it.
Our conversations all the time.
But he ended up with a girl now that's completely opposite. But then I'll see the opposite happen, where I'll see someone with like the same dude or the same girl.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on there?
Nothing.
Yeah, right. And so the compatibility thing, because there is that kind of love at first sight or attractiveness thing. I think, what did Dave and Shannon call it, like sparkiness kind of deal?
The sparky for the
natural. I think when you have opposite, not complete opposite, but maybe half opposite, which is kind of what me and my wife have. But at the same time, I think you cannot have that, and you can still have a successful relationship. You know, maybe starts out as a friendship or something like that. I do think that is possible. And I know men are, it's hard for men to think that, but sometimes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be no friends. I ain't gonna have no friends. in my days, just
yeah.
This
all
guy.
right. I'm just saying, I wasn't trying to be friends with no girl. She knew exactly.
But in college, if I had friends, girls I was friends with, you know, like I never could cross the river, you know, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, never.
Yeah.
But as you get older, I think that maybe that. So anyway, this person with the opposite person, I don't know which one was this Sparky, right? But it's
we're on the buddy side.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we love this dynamic. We both were dating our opposites before us, and it was
terrible
for us. We like chill, relax, happy, fun, consistent friendship, best friend. That's what we like.
I think my ex was actually an IP.
yeah, and mine could have been. She was just insanely introverted, like doesn't talk, right? And so even though she's missing blast or high play, she talks just as much as me, probably. We both talk a lot, but I love it. Like our dynamic is perfect to me because she's in ESFP, which is what I'm mostly dated. But she's a balanced ESFP because she's not too crazy with the OE. Do you see what I'm saying? So to me, she feels like a balanced ESFP. And that's perfect. Yeah. And she's an EJ, which, you know, I love EJ. So perfect.
Yeah. I was going to add something to it, and I've already forgotten. Anyway,
I saw you had a light bulb a minute. Yeah.
But it's great because I don't have to explain why. You know, it's getting old.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
You want to tell a little bit about your relationship channel, then? What y'all are kind of, if that's just a fun thing or goals you want to do with that or anything?
Yeah. Really, it's there's the selfish purpose of we want to start. Now we're ready to like just get out there and build a brand. And so every time you see me, you're probably going to see her now, which we like to brand ourselves together now. And so our journey is just to show especially the podcast. So we do a podcast daily. And the podcast, so if you can search I Love Our Journey podcast. And so what that is we're just being very raw and honest about things we're going through in our relationship and just putting it out there. And then for me as a double-sided, I don't care. You can judge.
I'm like, judging me.
Yeah, I know, right? But and so that, and then we play a lot of games on the channel. So you guys will see if you go to the YouTube channel, which I don't even think you can search it yet because we don't have enough subs, but we have a games where we do with my twin and his wife. We did a game recently and things like that. So we have a mix of stuff. So it's going to be vlogs. It's going to be showing our lives. And then we just give our 2 cents on relationship strategies that we discover along the way. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's cool. Now you said you had a twin. We talked about this on your channel some.
Yeah.
They're not the same personality type.
No, we're both, which is weird. We're both INTJs, but we're complete opposite spectrums. Okay. So he is NiFi and we're both double feminines. He's NiFi and he is, what's his animals? Sleep, blast, play, consume.
Yeah.
And then I'm blast, play, consume, sleep. And so, and I'm NiTe. So I'm the tribe version.
NiFi, he is.
Yeah, he's NiFi. He's the self-over-tribe version. I'm the tribe.
They're nothing alike to me.
Our energies are so different. Everything.
I think my son is an NiFi.
Dude.
I haven't quite narrowed it down. He's an IJ. He's an N.
Yeah. Okay.
It's INJ. I don't know but I've been trying to. He's almost 14. I've been trying to dwindle it down. And there's a video on, I think it was Dave's channel the other day, talked about how INTJs are having to give context. Did you see that? The difference between ISTJ and INTJ?
Oh, no. Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
They talked about having to give they're two, an ISTJ and INTJ were reporting on the same like random like flood.
Oh, I did see that. Yes. Okay, I did see that.
All, yes. About that, right?
Yes, right.
Right. And
yes, I related to that a lot.
And so the NI had to give this context. And so whenever my son comes out of his room a few times a day, and it comes to talk
a few times a day,
like, he loads up with context. I'm like, and I noticed I'm like, just please tell me what you're trying to tell me. Like,
yeah, right.
He has to get me like through the woods and over here and down here to give me like, and he'll like, okay, fine, so and so.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you'll see intuitives is like not getting to the sensory points where we see sensory is not getting to the points, right?
Not me. I like sensory.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. So for example, like I'll be like, so for it, like sensory people will load up a lot of these facts, right?
Yeah.
I think that one might be SE or S. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember. He showed on the video.
Yeah.
But it's like all these facts to get to the point to just say, hey, there's a flood coming, the end, so prepare, right? I want to hear the flood is coming, prepare, run. Okay, I don't want to hear, well, the dam here started breaking here and the levee here and then this here and then this here. I'm like, get to the freaking point. Are we gonna die? Right? So so it's I think we're both all feeling the same thing, you know, like sensory and intuitive.
Yeah, whenever he's talking, I'm like, I have no idea what
because we're just too abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, exactly what I said. I'm like, I don't understand.
Right. That's the thing that we have to learn how to speak each other's language.
Yeah.
NT talk.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was on staff that was an NT, and he would give a report, and I just like, my eyes are just glazing.
yeah. Just like, dude, can you touch down on planet Earth?
I'm running the meetings. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. I see that even in other intuitives, I don't even understand a lot of times. I'm just like, well, dude, what are you talking about?
Josh is really aware of it, though. He'll be like, I'm sorry, that was really abstract.
I think a lot of NTs are aware of it. I I think they are.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're just going to continue to tell you.
Yeah, he doesn't change it, but he's just like, sorry if that doesn't make sense.
Sometimes if I'm talking to a stranger, but if I'm talking to her, I'm just like, man. And I'm actually Kanye's type twin. Me and Kanye are the exact same type twin, which is hilarious. Because I should be running for president. Just playing.
Oh my gosh.
Just joshing. All right, but anyways, but I don't understand a word he says ever. I just don't understand. and we're type twins. Okay.
Kanye is a fascinating one because I never would have gotten INTJ for him.
No.
I would have gotten like ISTP or something, or ISFP.
Yeah, I would have got IP too. I thought he was definitely. I actually typed him as close to my twin. I typed him as NIFI. So I thought he was, because he's talking values all day, and you know, it's just like we should be doing this and we. But now I'm like, oh, the we is the tribe. But yeah, I thought he was NIFI.
So what do you think then? If you're his type twin, here we are talking about Kanye. What he's doing now is this him growing, or is this him going to the saviors? What's he doing?
I think he's going to saviors. I think he won't let go of his saviors for the.
Is that what's happening with him?
Like,
and so it just keeps getting. It's a downward spiral kind of thing.
That's how I see it. Yeah, 100%. Like he's doubled down on it, man. It's like he's quadrupled down on it to me, from what I see. You know, from what and just knowing his type. Yeah, I see where he's coming from all the time. I picture myself never processing. There you go. And then I picture myself never respecting sensory and just going further into the abstract and further and further. It's like the abyss, you know,
the black hole.
Yeah. So Dave, on his typing video, Dave brought me up on there. So toward the end, he's talking about Kanye and Jay, and he's talking about me. And he was saying, he's like, he was typing Kanye the same time me and him were on the phone, and he's like, is this guy the same guy? Weird, and then and he said that he said what a difference like growth makes or whatever, because he was saying that I would go to crazy abstract but then come back down to reality, go to crazy abstract 1 second later come back to reality, where Kanye is just like just keeps going to the abstract and never touches down to reality, and then has, you know, a breakdown or multiple breakdowns. I thought about what he said about one time, I think it was the Elon Musk one, when he said how you can be successful and only be on your saviors all the time. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Elon Musk was the same way. But what happens in your personal life starts to really break down. Yeah,
totally. Yeah. Because dude, I was a musician and I was unbelievably creative in my opinion and other people's opinions, I guess. But like my creativity never hit a wall. And so I see how Kanye can write just such good music all the time because, you know, I set up for our functions, right? And we understand like what people will like and stuff. So, you know, it makes sense why he's such a great musician. He's a great musician.
Yeah, so my son, who's NIFI, I think he plays guitar. He's actually written random little ditties on the piano and stuff. And like I can't do any of that. And how do you get that? And so I was like, you must be an IP.
Yeah, right. I can't do it. You must. Yeah, right.
At first, and then I realized it. So that's an interesting type. You know, you wouldn't. I'm not trying to respect your type, but you know, you wouldn't maybe think that is like a really artistic type.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, you would, especially being the thinker. Like, it's really interesting. Me and my twin did music together. He was very good at lyrics. Like, I always wondered how he can do such awesome lyrics, and the concept of the lyrics were also really dope. But I was always the creative foundation. I can just keep cranking out song after song after song, easy. You know.
Yeah, I think that the NI concept is probably what's doing it. Then I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I
Especially
think so.
Kanye. But what's
Yeah.
amazing with Kanye is not only was he all these past years back when 10, 15 years ago, he was also able to tap into the SF clearly.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Because everything
right.
he sold incredible amounts of,
Because I think that I can do I think it's because our consume is SF. So we consume SF a lot. And so that's where any SF traits from me, especially when it comes to like just things. Yeah, I can project the SF too. But then when I see actual SF, I'm like they're still on a new level than me. You know what I'm saying?
You know how to design the SF, but you can't actually maybe be the SF. Is that the deal?
I can duplicate the SF. There you go. Yeah, I think our type, for some reason, I've been able to duplicate everything. So any genre of music I can do for easy, right? I just understand the drums is for pop punk is like, and then for like dance, it's like, so it's easy, right? And so I get the concepts really fast of things. And so I think I get the concept of SF really well. But sometimes pulling it off in the reality can take that's the fun part to me. It's a little harder to pull off in reality, but I can always pull it off, I think. Well, my real SF friends are just way better.
Yeah, that explains a lot. And, I have pastor friends and I listen to them and it's weird because the SF pastors that I know are SFs, man, they'll really preach NT stuff hard because that's where they're trying to, that's where they're growing, that's where they're learning. And it's interesting to see that. I'm like, why are you talking about this NT stuff?
Yeah, right. It's very interesting, right? Yeah.
So with preachers, a lot of times it'll come out with their content, and like
that makes sense.
It's interesting. Leon Carboni, is it Carboni?
Oh, what's up, Leon? Yeah, Leon's a great dude. What type
exactly is your twin, Joshua? I've seen a few of his videos. I think you mentioned it, but you can go mention it again.
Yeah. Leon, what up, bro? So my twin is double feminine, NiFi. He's can sleep, blast, play, consume.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. And Andrew Shaw says, I think they said he was the same as you, but FF. I think he's talking about Kanye.
Oh, I'm FF too. We're the exact same 512 type. Yeah, me. And then if you guys, a lot of you guys know Austin in the community. Austin's a great guy. He's my type twin. Brian, car something. He's my type twin. And we got like 7 or 8 of us in the community. So we all have talked quite a bit.
There are a lot of INTJs, which is probably expected, but it's across the board except for the ESFJs and ISFJs, right?
Yeah. Well, and they said that like my type specifically, there's the most of us in the community. So I think there's almost 10 of us.
Yeah. That does make sense that they would be.
Yeah.
That is kind of stereotypical. Now, Alex, did you know anything about this before meeting Joshua? Did he kind of get you into it?
No, I knew about like Myers-Briggs and stuff, but none of this.
You think you would have stumbled into this kind of thing without Josh?
No.
Oh, heck no. She don't care about the missing info. Like, she's energy dom and being info dom. Like, she just doesn't care that much about the missing info. Like, she's
like
more,
Olive. I'll figure something out.
Yeah, she's just like,
so my wife,
I'm just like, info is life.
My wife, who's the NFP, you would think she care less about any of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Care less.
Is she energy dom? Or if
she is, yes. Consume, play, blast, sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I think she's double masculine. I believe she's double masculine, but she's very girly, but she's double masculine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she would type herself as like an ESFJ.
Okay.
She would type herself as. But she has nothing, so she kind of comes across that way, but she has nothing, she wants nothing to do with like personality land. She's like,
So it just doesn't care. And to me, I'm just like, how in the world can you not care? But I'm NT, so I'm always trying to figure out everything,
Yeah.
especially figure out humans and
Maybe
my
because
own
double
behavior.
masculine, maybe her ST, she's wanting to do the ST constantly and she just doesn't
Mm,
have time for it or want to make any, I don't know what it is.
Or it doesn't seem practical to her.
Yeah,
maybe.
well, that's a lot of it probably, I think. So
Yeah.
I think the modalities probably do contribute a lot in people's interest.
mhm.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
hey, just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we got a few minutes, but it looks like you're gonna wrap up anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Let's wrap up. I don't know if anybody had anything else they wanted to say. We'll give them a few
Give
seconds.
another few seconds, guys. Anything else?
I will when I post this, I'll put you can put your YouTube link, your YouTube
Cool.
channels
Sure.
in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I have your podcast link, but if you want to get that to me, I can get that too. Put on there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Give us a sub or follow, guys.
Great. Yeah, a lot of good content. I'm interested in seeing a lot of these more interviews that you have. I guess you're just compiling them. And
Yeah, we got so much content.
We are,
so
yeah.
even on our channel, we got a ton of content. Personality Q&As, we got a ton. We got so much like ready to go. So we'll be releasing tons soon, like close to daily, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream on YouTube here. So
Cool.
All right, guys.
see you later.
Good seeing you guys. Peace.